Thanksgiving Eve, always giving thanks and praise, blessed love, sports chat and all that. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a one comment in the comment section. I'm just saying, former head coach Rex Ryan campaigning real hard for a second chance to coach the Jets. I'm just saying though, he the one that drafted Mark Sanchez with the butt fumble. Viewers, I'm just saying though, everybody already know Rex Ryan's ceiling. How about bringing a new face, like John Gruden? I'm just saying though, should Aaron Rodgers come back and redeem himself for the 25 season, or he should retire? Remember, Brett Favre played 2 seasons for the New York Jets, then he went to the Vikings. I'm wondering if that's Aaron Rodgers' plan. If so be the case, we still can't compare Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. And like I said to the Jets Nation, Aaron Rodgers was not the silver line behind the dark cloud. This was his response to the press.
Not to suggest that this has been all you, obviously, but just to be a part of this because of the expectation of what you thought this was going to be like.
I mean, it's been fantastic. I mean, these have been 2 of the most important years of my life. I mean, I look at where I was at last year, the mental state that I was in after the injury, and where I'm at now, the people that are in my life now, the friendships I've made in this locker room. I mean, it's nothing but gratitude. Obviously, it's been difficult at times, but I have nothing but love and respect for these 2 years, and just want to finish it off the right way.
A couple of weeks ago when we asked you about playing next year, you said, I think so. And then yesterday you said you're not sure. Did something transpire over the couple of weeks that made you shift a little?
Well, I think so, and I'm not sure, or not too far off. I think if you look at what transpired in those 2 weeks, Joe got axed. Joe brought me in here. There's uncertainty with everybody on the staff. So I'm not naive to what the situation is. And if a new GM comes in and they don't retain Brick, I have to fit in those plans. So that's kind of the first part. Because like I said on Pat's show, this is my first option. Yeah, I'd love to play here if I end up deciding to play. But there's got to be the want for them to want to bring me back and for me to want to play. But I think so was the truth. And I'm not 100% sure is also the truth today.
It sounds like you're all in on Brick. I mean, you've talked about him glowingly. So is that like a major component to your decision?
I'm definitely all in on Brick. I love Brick. But again, that's out of my control. I mean, I'm not going to say Brick or nothing. I need to see how I'm feeling. Obviously, I would love to play for Brick again. He's a fantastic human being. But, there's a lot of things that can change in the next 6 weeks. There could be some really good feelings coming out of this, or there could be wholesale changes, and I might be part of that.
If the new regime comes in, or if there's a regime, it's going to be personal anyway, and they want you in, what are the factors for you about wanting to come back? What are the components that go into that?
Well, I think you got to look at the whole part. You got to look at the staff and scheme and direction and what you want to do. I mean, every team, whether they want to admit it or not, is playing for a championship or kind of building. Rebuilding is kind of a derogatory term, I would say, in the league. But you're either kind of building for something or you're playing for a championship. So I don't think there's the pieces in place here to do that. But those are conversations down the road, and I hope I'm a part of some of those conversations.
Aaron, this might fall into that same category, but
fantastic.
Does the concept of potentially I know one of the things that was appealing about coming here was you knew Nate, you knew the offensive scheme, it was familiar to you. Is the concept of something brand new, potentially next year, something you have not done before at 41? Is that welcoming? Is that exciting? Is it to be determined? Where do you approach that possibility?
I mean, you love the hypotheticals.
Big fan.
There's, I've been part of a lot of new systems. If you go back to freshman year, sophomore year in high school. It was a different scheme than junior year, with a different scheme than I ran Wingtown scout team. But no, we were I-backs 21 personnel. And then senior year, we were a little more 11 personnel. Then went to Butte, and we were all either 21 or 5 wides. Then went to Cal, and it was under center the entire time. And then went to Green Bay, and it was old school West Coast. And Mike came in, it was kind of the next iteration of that. And then obviously Matt came in, and that was Shanahan's scheme with a little bit of variation. So I've been in a lot of schemes. Obviously I love Nate, I love Todd, I love the staff, but them not being here would not be a deal breaker for me. although I obviously love them.
During the bye week, did you do any self-scout? Did you go back and look at tape of the first 11 games or anything? What's your process like?
I did, yeah. I went out to the West Coast. I saw a little bit of the bioluminescence out there in the water. Then I went to Cal, had a good time up there. But I definitely looked at some things on early in the week. And there's definitely things that that Todd and I talked about moving forward, and we'll see if we can get some of that stuff in there and see if I can clean up some of the stuff that I haven't done great in the first 11.
Is there any part of you that when you say you're not sure, maybe your prideful side that doesn't want to go out this way?
Oh no. I mean, I honestly, I'm not worried about that at all. I think part of the process of losing self-importance is dealing with the ups and downs and the in-betweens, and I'm not attached to that at all. If this is it, and it could be, nothing but gratitude for this time, for my career, for the men and women I've been around during my 20 years.